we just chill out and just have some really fun fiber talks. Um, I owe you guys a couple of songs from last week because of your generosity. We have a total of $110 donated to the Rancho 3M, and I'm doing them 100% matching to Samaritan's Purse. If you want to learn more about those, please check them out. But I just wanted to go ahead and start. I have two, let me make sure I'm live here. I think I am. I have two songs that I've picked out to play for you today. I haven't done a lot of practicing, to be totally honest, but I thought this would be kind of a fun way to start off December. Can't believe we're in the last month of 2022, but lo and behold, we are. So let me go ahead and start, and these are two of my favorites. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and start with God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, and then I'm going to play Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to move my chair a little bit over. It's been a while. Okay, and this is one of my favorites. I hope you like that. This is so much fun to take the flute out. I think I know this sounds crazy, but I want to join that lady outside with the bell ringer, you know, at Salvation Army. I may actually try that this year since the weather is so nice here in South Carolina. Just go up and say, "Hey, do you mind if I just sit and play outside with you for a bit?" I've always wanted to do that. I know that sounds nuts, but I'm a little nuts. What can I say? Anyway, well, I hope you guys are doing well. Let me go ahead and say hey to some of you in the chat. Kelly Hart, it's good to see you. And she says she's listening from Tucson while she's blow drying dogs. That sounds like a fun thing. I used to do that, believe it or not, working at the animal hospital about a million years ago, back in the 1970s. But anyway, she was asking, did you crochet the ornaments? I'm going to get to that in just a bit. Absolutely. And Lynn, so good to see you. You're always so sweet and encouraging. Just wishing you grace and healing of God. Thank you. And to everyone in the chat. What a sweet greeting. Thank you, Lynn. And Wanda Gordon from Bahama, North Carolina. She said that sun is very deceiving. It's cold. It is. It's warming up though. Actually, it feels kind of tropical indoors, and Hannah knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, we were out already this morning, and I have my trusty poncho over here, and that's really all I needed down here. So So that is kind of nice though. Hannah's a lot colder where she is. Oh well. And let me pull this back over here. Oh, Archer and Ace, thank you so much, Terry. You're so sweet. I'm gonna put that down for. I'm gonna write it in my notes because you guys know I don't remember any of this stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and start that for the next round of donations. But again, thank you guys for your support in this. And yes, Wanda, she is very generous. And Love to Craft, greetings back to you. And Hannah, I love you, sweetheart. I'm so glad that you're such a support to Mama. Um, can't do what I do without you, and I'm not exaggerating at all in saying that. And yeah, so let's got a bunch of comments. Got a bunch of comments here. We have Kelly says, "Come to Vail or Tucson. It is warm here." Wow. Um, and let's see. And Hannah is feeling much better. Thank you guys for praying for her. She was taking now she went for a walk today. We have Nanny Lanny loves to craft. What a great name. Um, she says it's very wet and cold in Aldershot, UK. Ew. Yeah, I remember when I was there in the fall 2019, and it was like late September, early October, and it was already in that cold and damp phase. I imagine it's just gonna continue for you guys in the UK. Hey, Swati, good to see you. Glad you could join us. Just let's hope everybody is doing well. She's our friend from LA. And Sue Murphy from the UK. It's good to have you, Sue. And Kelly says, I'm sitting here eating sweet yarn. Sweet yarn? Oh well, I know what you mean, Kelly, but for those of you who aren't extreme yarnies, I think she means playing with the yarn. But anyway, um, it's so great to see you guys greeting each other. We have Crochet Done My Way with Wanda. Hey, Wanda, I hope you're doing well. I know you're busy. This is that season. I know you're probably swamped with trucking duties, but thank you for what you do as always. And we have Red Hooked in the chat, and it's good to see you. And Judy from Brazelton, Georgia. Just wanting to know how Hannah's doing. Thank you for asking about her there. And Anne from cold Northwest Indiana. She says, hit that thumbs up for Bonnie. Thank you, Anne, for that reminder. If you guys feel inclined, if you want to hit that thumbs up, it does help the video go a little bit further and spread the happy news of crochet and other things. Oh, thank you, Swati. Um, yeah, you said you used to play flute. That's cool. It'd be really fun to get together. I don't really do a lot of playing. I really would love to, but there's just not opportunities. I would love to just get it out. There's just a joy in doing that. Very similar to what we get from crochet. Um, the only thing about crochet is when you crochet something, it stays there and you have evidence of it. But once you stop playing, it disappears, unless you're recording it, and that takes a lot of effort. Um, I do need to get back to recording more for the Sapphire Freeway channel that I have on YouTube. There just hasn't been time for everything that I love right now, and I'm okay with that. I'm having a great time and have nothing but thanks to give for what I am able to do right now. Thank you, Beth. I appreciate your sweet comment. And Red Hooked, thank you. Thank you, Wanda, and Go Babe 23. Thank you. That's an interesting name. And Mariette. Oh, thank you so much. And see, we have Irene. She says, "What a great way to open." Thank you, Irene. Actually, what I do is whenever we reach $100 in the super chat, again, I'm not soliciting. This is just a kind of a free will thing. Whenever you donate to that, it does go to one of three charities, which I've talked about, but I'll just mention them again. Rancho 3M, which is an orphanage and Christian school in Guadalupe, Mexico. I've been there. It's a great place. It's real and it's a great ministry. I do 100% matching to Samaritan's Purse for a limited time, which helps to relieve you know, difficulties in the Ukraine, also flooding and tornado relief and stuff like that domestically in the U.S. And the other charity that we love is Shriners Hospital for Children. That's the one we alternate back and forth with. So Always a great organization. And there are three people in my life, immediately in my life, including my mother-in-law, who have benefited from this hospital. So we feel like it's a really great thing to do. Um, okay. Oh, we have Darlene in the chat. It's good to have you, Darlene, and Marie, my friend from Charleston, and see, Darlene is from New Jersey, sunny at 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's probably about what it's going to be in Maryland because you're probably not too far from my hometown. Well, speaking of my hometown, I don't I don't know how many of you guys saw this in the news. Did you guys see that airplane that flew into that electrical tower this past week? I think it happened Sunday night. Um, and thankfully, the pilot and his passenger were both safely rescued from that dilemma. Um, that that's my neighborhood, guys. I mean, my son Hudson, who learned to fly recently, learned to fly out of that very airport that he was attempting to land in. And someone actually contacted me very kindly, wanted to make sure that that wasn't my son. It's like, no, thankfully not. The passenger, I mean, the pilot was 65. I don't have a son 65, but not yet. And that day is probably coming. But thankfully, no, it wasn't my son Hudson. But Hudson has flown that very same approach over those towers many times. And for the record, people have flown over those towers for 60 years without an incident. So it's not like it's a big problem or anything. It's just kind of an oddity. And this man who was the pilot is very experienced. If you you could actually listen to the 911 call, which is fascinating. He is super calm, totally relaxed, and so is the 911 dispatcher. So I just say, great job, guys, to be able to be in a situation like that and 100 feet up in the air, waiting for 5 hours for them to figure out how to rescue that. I think it was just a God thing that the way the plane was jammed in was in such a way that it was stabilized. So, I mean, and the fact that they survived the 100 mile an hour impact is pretty incredible. And I thought it was really cool that the pilot basically praised God. He thought it was a God thing. He said that, what is it he said? He said, I make the mistakes, God makes the miracles. I thought, that is a great line. I can use that for my life. God makes the mistakes. I mean, I make the mistakes, God makes the miracles. So I thought that was a really encouraging thing. But it was something that we watched with interest. It was, like I said, just even a couple miles from my home. So anyway, very interesting thing. But again, to me, it's another thing to be thankful for. I mean, I think that man. I mean, just to be thankful for the first responders, the electrical company, the contractors who work for the electrical company that happen to have a bucket truck high enough to work on those high powered lines. I mean, there's so many people coming together to make that happen. I just think it's quite a great story. Thankfully, it's a good happy ending. So. All right, like I got a lot of comments load here, so let me go ahead and try to catch up. Kelly wants to know, you don't have to be, okay, I think you're asking what kind of flute is this? This is the flute I use, a flute that I have now. I was actually able to get it. I bought it in New York City in 2020 before mayhem broke out. It's a Pearl Elegante, if that means anything to you. And it's it's probably the nicest flute I've ever owned. I have another flute that's really nice. It just needs a lot of work, and I can't afford the work to have get it fixed. Since I'm getting into the weeds here, but I have another one, a Muramatsu, if that means anything to anybody. It's a very nice flute. It's a very old flute. It needs total repadding, and the repadding is about the price of a new flute. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. If anybody's interested and knows how to repair those and is interested in purchasing that flute from me, let me know. I'd love to find a good home for it. If I can't, get it repaired. Oh, thank you, Robin. She says, glad to see you have other talents. So encouraging. Wishing you all the happiness this season offers from Northwest Ohio. Thank you so much, Robin. That is very kind. Yeah, flute was music was my my thing in college. That's what I studied. I never made a living at it, but I wanted to, but it didn't work out that way. But that's all right. Um, I'm cool with that. Um, let's see. We have. Oh well, Kelly says her biological sister plays a French horn. That's a great instrument. Uh, and Swanee, you like the beginning crochet book. Good. I got it just before I left for the holidays and took it so I could share it. Great. I'm glad you got it. Thank you, U.S. Post Office, for getting them out there in time. And we have, see, Robin's wishing a Merry Christmas to everyone here on the chat today. Thank you so much. We have Beach Girl from New York City. Hey, Beach Girl. I bet the Beach Girl's cold in New York City. Um, and looks like Swati may be coming down with something. I hope it's just a dry weather, Swati. I hope it's nothing more than that. Let's see. We have Wanda Bigelow from the Oregon coast. Um, she says she probably can't stay as long as I'm participating in a craft fair this afternoon. You go, girl. Good for you. I'm going to stage a table before I go. Thanks for all I've. Oh, Wanda, let us know how you do. I would love to hear how that craft show goes for you. This is a perfect time of the year for those kinds of things. Anytime after Thanksgiving, in my opinion, and I think this 2 week interval, first 2 weeks of December, I think are just the perfect time if you're going to participate in a craft fair. And let me know, guys. Contact me, bonniebay@me.com. I'd love to hear how you guys do at these craft fairs. I know they're a lot of fun. I don't think it's a great way to make a living, but I think it can be. I just love to get out and do that too and just meet the people. We have Terry Redmond. She says, "Good day, Bonnie, Hannah, and Yarny community. Pray all is well and everyone had a blessed Thanksgiving. It's sunny, but 60 degrees in San Diego. Um, so too cold with wind to be an outdoor pool for therapy today. Ooh, but still, that sounds pretty. Yeah. When it's 60 degrees and windy, I generally don't even use the convertible because that's a little chilly for me. Um, but I'm glad you still have that nice sun there. And let's see, I'm trying to just say hey to everybody. I have Charlotte Bruce in the chat. Oh, my pleasure, Charlotte. I love to do the music. We have Denise from Canada. And honey, you're welcome here, whether you're early or late or whatever, or even on a rerun. We love to have you guys come join our chat. And we have Stephanie, and I just got a bunch of. Let me see. Stephanie says hello and good morning. Did you happen to check on that pattern that I could not purchase? I'm sorry, Stephanie, I don't remember. If you don't mind sending me an email. It's been a busy, crazy week here. Um, so crochet has been kind of on the second tier, not the top tier of my life, um, most recently. But if you don't mind sending me an email about that and remind me of what we were talking about, I'd really appreciate it. I'm sorry that fell through the cracks last week. Let's see. Oh, Denise hadn't heard about that plane. Yeah, if you look it up, it was on the national news. I was, I'm down here in South Carolina. My home is up in Maryland. Oh, thank you, Durley. Thank you so much for your generosity. I will add that to the kitty, so that we'll build for another time. Thank you so much. That is really kind of you. So our next donation is going to be Shriners Hospital for Children, just to let you know. And I will say that whenever you donate to that, 100% of what you donate to me goes to the charity. I handle any fees or anything like that that's involved. Oh, thank you, Kelly. She says she likes my shawl. Okay, the name of this. It's, oh, I'm drawing a blank. Hold on a second. The Adara. I think it's the Adara scarf or shawl. You can wear this as a scarf or a shawl. You can use the fancy yarn that I used, or quite honestly, you can use any soft yarn. I hope you guys know that. When I do use the fancy yarns, don't ever feel like you have to break the bank to follow suit. Now, if you want to, that's great because it does support a lot of, a lot of what we used to call cottage industries, or, it's basically whom I buy from is either, small families or, you know, women just like us. Or, I mean, I'm sure there are men watching this too, but it's generally a more of a heavily women's owned businesses, small businesses in the home. And I buy from them, and they have the hand dyed stuff. But if you want to get regular yarn from anywhere else, that works too. So never feel any obligation, and you can always just pull from your stash. This is also, Kelly, this is a sock weight yarn, which is a #1 sock, and they also call it fingering weight yarn. You can use thicker yarn, but you're going to get a super chunky result. So that's why I just am loving these thinner yarns these days, for wearables mostly. All right. Yes, everybody's responding to my airplane story. Yeah, it was quite a thing. You can look at it and you see there's a lot of stories online. You can look it up, and it's impressive. I mean, what these men were able to do. Let's see what is. Hold on, Wes. There we go. Oh, thank you, Terry Redmond. Oh my goodness, you just bumped us up again. You guys want to hear more Christmas songs, I see. Thank you, Terry, for that $20 donation. That's amazing. So that brings us up to $40 towards our next song, um, and donation. So, all right. So where was I? Well, let me go ahead and show you what is coming this week. Probably it'll be Monday or Tuesday. I don't want to promise Monday if it doesn't come till Tuesday. So it's Monday or Tuesday. I have a new design coming to my channel. This is simply a cabled Christmas tree ornament. Okay, or cable crochet Christmas tree ornament. I got the plastic. Can you hear it? Not just a plastic ornament. Just a clear, boring plastic ornament I got from actually my local Dollar Tree. They have a ton of these things in different sizes. This is the larger one, the larger circle. It's about, I'm guessing about 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches across. So and if you want, you can make it in a monotone, or a monochromatic, I should say. And I have another idea. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm gonna just brush this lightly with some glue, because Elmer's glue, that kind of stuff. It dries clear, and then I'm gonna maybe roll it in some white. Okay, I'm losing my vocabulary. White glitter, and so these are real easy to make. They do have, it is an intermediate pattern because I did use the cable. Now you can use the Celtic weave in there. I'm gonna make some more. I'm gonna try some with Celtic weave, but the video coming out is gonna have the cable pattern. And you can use just scraps in your yarn. You can mix up the colors. You can do whatever you have available. And this is just, a little ribbon that we use on gifts. I just tied it on there so I can hang them on the tree. So that is coming. And I did want to say the pattern will be in my Lovecraft store. Excuse me. It will be in my Lovecraft store. It'll be free in there. I don't think I'm going to try to upload it to Etsy. But I think I had trouble uploading a free pattern there. I'm going to try to upload it there as a free pattern as well, but I don't know if that works on Etsy or not. But it will definitely be on my Lovecraft store. It will be free for about a week, and then that's it. So it's going to be like a very limited time. So once that pattern comes to the store, I would grab it, and then it's going to become a paid pattern. It will be complimentary in my watch channel, and I'm going to try to get this out early to you watch followers. I'm going to try to get it out by Saturday so you guys have it a couple days early. Fingers crossed on that, okay? But I am going to do everything I can so that my watch subscribers get things a little bit earlier, but it'll remain complimentary for you guys. And for those of you looking for something to write on your Christmas list, if you're interested in the watch channel, you can check it out, watch.bonniebaycrochet.com. The link is in the video description below. And what's unique about that is there is unique content that's on that channel that is not on the public channel. There are a lot of complementary patterns, written patterns that you can download that are normally for purchase in my other stores. These are just something I keep on hand, just for you guys. There is also a class, or there are a couple of classes on there that you can also go through as a class. And if you want to do the homework for these classes, I mean, one of them is a class that I have taught at Interweave in Loveland, Colorado last year. I also taught it at CGOA in New Orleans this past summer. And these were classes that people had to pay quite a bit for. So if that's something that you're interested in, I do have a couple of those on the channel as well. And I'm going to be releasing, I promised it a while back, but I am going to be releasing that poncho, how to design your own poncho class very soon to the channel. So if that's something you're interested in, check it out. And if you are a watch subscriber and you're going through that and you want me to see your homework that I assigned in some of those classes, you can email it directly to me, and I can look it over and give you feedback, and make suggestions to help you so that you can learn how to do, if you want to take your crocheting to the next level and get into designing and whatnot. And I'm going to be working on even doing some videos exclusively for the watch that talks about how to get more into publication work if that's something that you're interested in doing. These are just some things I have on my docket for 2023, so it will be coming to the channel in this coming year. All right, let me get back to saying hi to some more of you. Let me check on Hannah. I'm sorry, Hannah. Um, sorry. Thank you, Hannah. Kelly said sweet yam, not sweet yarn. That's my eyes to blame. The M looks exactly like an R and an N. So forgive me for that, Kelly. Oh well. Yeah, and I did answer the question about what kind of flute. Um, yeah, thank you for sending this to me, Hannah. I've got you on my radar. I promise. I've just got a lot to cover here. Let's see. I covered that and that. And what else do we have? Well, while I'm in Gab mode here, let me go ahead and let me show you what is coming in early 2023. I'm not going to promise a date on this yet, but this is my work basket. I'm in the process of making the winter white throw. This is one of the Afghans. It's a larger Afghan than the usual ones that I've done for the yarn companies. And this is I'm almost to the halfway point. Oh, there go my glasses. Put them over there. So this is what I've gotten so far, and this is much longer than the others. This is a larger project. So this is what I'm working on. I'm working on the video for this. This is one of the throws in my Erin Afghans to Crochet. It was my very first publication ever that that came out in 2009, 2010, around in there with Leisure Arts. And they did give me permission to crochet a sample. So I am working on this, and this will be coming to my public channel. For my watch subscribers, I can't, this will not be a complimentary pattern since I don't own the copyright. So I just need to be clear about that. I know you understand what I'm talking about, but this was from my very first publication contract ever. And it's just been kind of a walk down memory lane as I go through these. It's been a while since I've made a throw quite this way. I've done a lot more lately with more the cables that are developed from the bottom up rather than side to side. So it's kind of fun to go back and I actually don't own one of these. Most of the ones that I made for that leaflet were gifted to people. So I might actually hang on to this one. Don't know yet, but thinking about it. All right. I see you, Hannah. I'm keeping track of you better, sweetheart. All right. So let's see. I'm catching back up to you guys. Oh, well, Wanda said concerning Shriners, her sister had a club foot and she was in Shriners in Minneapolis. I was concerned it might be my granddaughter when I first heard about the airplane. She has a couple more. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but wow, that is really cool. So you've had your family has also been touched by the work of Shriners. That's very cool. Um, Thank you for that question, Hannah. Swati wants to know what kind of yarn I'm using. I will be glad to tell you that. Let's see. I I am using Universal Yarns Uptown Worsted. They very kindly sent me some of this yarn, comp yarn, so that I could make it with their particular yarn. It's very nice. But quite honestly, you can make it with any worsted weight yarn in your area. You can use your favorite worsted weight yarn. I am going to be using anywhere from, let's see, I think I'm going to need about 15 to 16 of these. They're 180 yards each, so let me do the math here. Okay, it might be a little bit of an overestimate of what you would need. It's about 2880, so about 2900 yards is what I think I need for this. So I'll have to double check the pattern to be exact, but you know, round it up 3000 yards or so. That just doesn't, it sounds like a smaller amount, but I'll have to check the pattern and get back on that. But many of you may have this leaflet already, and if it's something that you've had trouble with and we're hoping for a video someday, the video is coming. I'm not going to be able to do all of the Afghans, understand, but I will have one from that leaflet available. And this is the one that has the diamond shaped popcorn, and I know some people have had trouble with that, so maybe this will bring clarity for some of you out there. Okay, Carrie Redmond wants to know what cable stitch I'm using. Uh, I'm okay. I'm confused. If you're talking about the ornaments, this is just the single crochet cable, the one that where you single crochet in the stitch, chain 3, skip 2, single crochet, and then you turn, and then you work the single crochets in the chain again, and then turn again. It's that one. That's what I used on the ornaments. Okay, regular worsted or light worsted weight. I thank you for that, Hannah. I am using the just regular worsted weight yarn for the throw. I think originally I may have used Red Heart yarn, so it's really whatever you want to use. I just have enjoyed working with Universal Yarn Company. Their yarn is a tad bit more expensive than Red Heart. So, if you're looking for, the cheapest, your best bet would be to order during these holiday sales. Know that they have really good sales. They had a really great sales for the Black Friday, as you all know, after Thanksgiving. They just keep your eye out for sales. And this is available. I don't know. I don't think it's available. I don't know if it's available at Lovecrafts, but they do have it on their own website, and they have sales too. And you can also check Lovecrafts for the paint box yarns. They have really excellent sales. They have like sale after sale after sale, so don't ever pay full price. Wait for their sales. A lot of times they run them 20, even 30% off the regular price, and if you buy a certain amount, you get free shipping. So look for those deals, and also keep in mind after Christmas, the after Christmas sale, that last week of the year, where people want to close out their books on the year and they want to sell as much as they can to reduce their inventory. After Christmas sales are coming, and those are usually fantastic for yarn. So just some suggestions there, and again, paint box. I've got a link for paint box. If you it's the Lovecraft store. They sell paint box, 100% acrylic, worsted weight. Again, check the sales, and that's what I used to do before I started getting comp yarn from certain places. Is I would wait until the big sales. I would get a grocery cart and just fill it where I could, it might be better, I've talked about this before, it might be better to order online, um, simply because finding 15 balls of the same color that are the same dye lot, good luck with that inside the store. Because I used to work at Michael's near my home in Maryland, and we never had that much of anything in stock ever. Um, the one type of yarn that they might have enough of would be the 1 pounder, if you don't mind the coarseness of that yarn. It's good yarn, it holds up to the washings. It's not the softest, but if the 1 pounders, they might have enough yardage, because you'd only need about, maybe, I don't know, I have to look at the yardage. I'm thinking maybe 6 of those, but again, don't trust what I just said. Do the math, and you can, figure out about what you would need. All right. And Kelly wants to know about the basket. Did I get it in New Hampshire? I don't know. I have, I don't believe so. I think I got this one, Kelly, at the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival, which is a huge yarn festival in at Howard County Fairgrounds in Maryland every year, the first weekend in May. It's, except for COVID, it's a regular thing. First weekend in May. That's where I bought this. But these are sold by a lot of at a lot of craft sales and yarn festivals, fiber festivals. But they're the African market basket. So if you just do a Google search for African market basket, I'm sure you could find a dealer if this is something you're interested in. Just a warning, they're not cheap. They are handmade by many women in Africa, and it's kind of like a co-op thing where these women get a decent wage for their work, which is a great thing. So just to let you know, I love this. I love these. I've had these for years. They last forever. They're beautiful. They're functional. If it doesn't have yarn, you could take this to a food market and just fill it with food. I mean, they're great. They're not cheap, but again, you're benefiting. You're helping women to make a living wage when you purchase something like that. I wish I had a link to point it to you, but I don't. I'm not a seller of these, and I don't have a direct, way to introduce you back and forth. But maybe it's something I'll have to think about doing if I can. Okay, she just says, oh, I remember you getting one in New Hampshire. Yes, Hannah, I did get another one. I had a different one. I bought a different one in New Hampshire at that store, Hannah. You're right, at a grocery store. Yeah, it was first one I bought was at a grocery store. But ever since then, I've added 3 more to my collection, and they've come from either yarn festivals or local. There was one local yarn store in New York State that I bought one. So yes. All right. Let me see. Go back. I believe there is a playlist. I'm pretty sure I put it in the video description below, in case you're looking for last minute crochet gift ideas. Now, I think this would be a fun crochet gift idea, an ornament for a tree. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I even made these this week. It was this kind of a sudden inspiration, and that is I was invited to a Christmas dinner at the local church here where I attend, and they were going to have an exchange of ornaments. And I thought, I didn't know if we had to make it or if we just would buy an ornament. And I thought, shoot, I'm going to make an ornament. And I just thought it came out well enough. I thought maybe you guys would like it. So, but on that list, the quick gift idea, I have headbands, hats, scarves. A great Christmas gift to people are those crocheted or even knitted. I have both the knit and the crochet version of the dishcloth made out of 100% cotton. You can buy one of those big spools at Walmart for, I don't know, I think they're up to like $11 or $12 now. But out of that, you can get at least 10 to 11 dishcloths. You're talking a gift that's a little over $1 to make, and it's a kind of a gift that is very functional, very practical, can be very beautiful, depending on the yarn you choose. But I have those in my my drawer in my kitchen, and that's all I ever use. I use them for hot pads folded in half, and I use them for dishes all the time. They're the best. You put them in the washer, put them in the dryer. They do eventually lose their color, but they never lose their function. The round dishcloth, which is just mostly all single crochets, on that playlist, you can fold it in half and then use it as a pot holder. You can use it as a very nice um, yeah, place where you can put your pots onto to protect your countertop if you've got a countertop like mine that needs protecting still with my Formica tops. Yes, don't have the granite stuff. We're old school. So I have to be careful not to burn my countertop. And again, fold them in half and you can use them as a pot holder to bring hot things in and out of the oven. So very functional, and it's something that'll bless people because it is handmade. Okay, does the Hannah said that Joni Trisler sent in a comment. Does the upcoming white Afghan require 15 skeins of yarn? It's 15 or 16. I don't remember. I think I ordered 16. So I don't know what I was thinking there. If it was if I ordered extra, but uh, I think 15 would probably work. I don't mind ordering extra just so that I don't run out. And it also depends on your crocheting style and your gauge. So you want to definitely check that out. But yeah, I'm just rounding that number to about 29, say 3,000, 3,000 yards would definitely do it. Uh, I believe, if I'm doing my math right. Let me do that again. Let me make sure this is yards and not meters. Hold on. Because that would be a bad mistake. Where is it? Where is it? Now I can't see it. 180 yards. Okay, so we have 180. Okay, if it's 15 yards, that's 2,700. Um, I just like to, it's like I'm the type of person who doesn't like to get their gas gauge like all the way down to the last quarter tank. I like to have a little bit more than I need to get where I'm going, if you know what I mean. So I would say I would shoot for around 3,000 yards, just to kind of have some wiggle room there. All right, let's get back to the chat. Ann Butler says her oldest son started with the flute in sixth grade, but in seventh grade, his best friend convinced him to change to trombone with him. I think trombone's a great instrument too, and I love to hear trombone played. In jazz and in bands, whatever. It's a great instrument. And Denise says her granddaughter plays the flute. How sweet! The flute's just a great instrument too. And Nigella is here. She says hello to everyone, and wants to know how are you. Well, thank you for your kind comment, Najla. I think I understand it. And thank you for greeting her, Hannah. We just got a bunch of comments. Load. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Sorry, guys. I just got a bunch of comments. For some reason, they weren't loading, and now they did. So I got to find out where we were. Oh gosh, we're way behind. Oh, thank you, Swati. I'm glad you like the ornaments. And Aaron Green, thank you too. And Stacy and Kelly says it's Christmas season now. Absolutely. And Anne, thank you for your comment there. Oh, wow. Guys, I'm so sorry. I am way behind here. Thank you, Hannah, for putting in all those links. I'm just getting to the donation parts. Thank you, guys. And Go Babe 23 says, hello, Bonnie. Blessed, great Friday to you. Praying for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yours and all in the live chat. My name is Kathy Joe, aka Go Babe, pronounced Go Baby. Okay. He is my beloved sweet grandson. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. The order of this chat is really changed. I'm going to change it up. I had it set to do all chat, but it's I believe it's not putting all of the messages in here. All right. Yeah, Terry. Let's see. Yeah, Terry says seen those baskets on Amazon and not cheap. No, they're not. In fact, I mean, I could tell you. I think I paid. I can't even remember what I paid for them, but they are. I don't remember. I really don't remember how much I paid for the first one, but it would be irrelevant because it's been about 10 years ago when the dollar had a different value than what it does now. And Terry says yarn is so expensive these days. Yeah, everything is expensive these days. I'm making Afghans recently, spending over $100 even on sale. Terry, I'm sorry. Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, things have gone up. Things have gone up all across the board. You know, when you're paying nearly $4 for gas, I mean, and those truckers who have to travel the yarn to the stores and everything, they're paying much more than we are because diesel is more expensive. And yeah, that's where it is. I won't get into the politics of it, but I don't like it any more than anybody else. Yeah, I don't like it either. But it is affecting the cost of yarn. And also, yarn, acrylic yarn, is made from petroleum products, in case you guys didn't know that. So if the cost of a barrel of oil goes up, then the stuff they use to manufacture acrylic yarn is likewise going to go up. And yeah, just transportation, everything is. Yeah. But this is a fun Friday, so we're not gonna worry about that. Oh wow, Denise said that she um, says Christmas at the Shriners Hospital is amazing. Thanks to everyone that donates. I volunteered at one time there on Christmas. One of my favorite memories. I would love to do that. I wish I knew where. I don't think there's any of those near me, but I would love to do that, Denise. Even if it's just playing the flute, you know, for them or doing something like that. Ah, and Ann Blacklock says she's a little bit late, but she made it. Um, and Frida Franson says, hello, I have a lot of pure wool and she doesn't know what to do with it all. Do you have any ideas? Ah, Frida, that's a great question. You can always contact me, BonnieBay at me.com. And it honestly depends on how thick or thin, you know, what weight is the yarn. If you have enough, if you have a few thousand yards, you can make a beautiful Afghan coming this January, February. You can make scarves. I've got lots of patterns in my Lovecraft store, even more than what are on my channel, but lots of things. If there's anything you have in mind, please just email me and we can banter back and forth, you know, via email, and I can maybe try to help you with that. That would be fun to hear. I'd love to hear where the yarn came from and everything. Okay, and Go Baby 23 says she desperately wants to crochet a toddler size dress, a Christmas dress. I couldn't find a crochet, um, I guess, design from me. Wondered if you could help me. Uh, I don't have anything like that I have designed just yet. I would just do a Google search and see what you come up with. Um, I'd have to think about that a little bit. I think once you know, if and when the season of grandchildren comes along, I will be full force into things like this. But right now, that season is just outside the door for me. Um, I do have lots of baby blankets because those are great gifts, but I haven't gotten into children's clothing just yet. I'm trying to think of. I'm not sure where to point you. I would maybe check leisure art patterns and maybe go to leisure arts and then do a search on what you're looking for there in their search bar, or even again just do a Google search and you might come up with a surprising number of things that you might like. And if you go to the Google search, what I like to do instead of just looking at all the text is I click on images. Once you click on images, it just loads only photos of a lot of the stuff that is on these sites, and then you click on that, and then it will take you to the site. So I would try that. That would probably be more profitable than what I could do. Okay, and Hannah says that Tracy Hamilton recommended a channel um, to you. I mean, I could recommend some channels, but honestly, I don't watch them enough to. And it's not that I don't want to help other channels. That's not it at all. It's just that some channels get into things that I don't like to talk about, and I don't want to point you to somewhere where you're going to get assaulted in some way, on things that you don't want to hear about. So I just don't know enough about any others right now to point you in that direction. But I would just again encourage you and go to YouTube and put in the search bar in YouTube what you're looking for, and there might be a ton of things that you can make. So. And you can feel free to contact me. I do answer my most email eventually, and I could do that. All right. If I miss your comment in this group chat, everybody, I just want to say I'm sorry, and that it's not being purposefully done. That it's real easy for me to miss a comment, or sometimes it's just not loaded into my into my feed the way I was hoping it would be. So, and sometimes the algorithm will filter things out. So I just don't want you guys, anybody, to feel like I'm avoiding you or anything like that. I do have the algorithm in play that kind of censors uh, comments that might be inappropriate. That's the way it says. And sometimes the algorithm just is wrong and it misunderstands what someone's trying to say. But unfortunately, we live in an age where I do have to have that filter on. We have encountered issues in the past, not in a long, long time though. But I personally think I think I bored them to death with my talking about crochet. So they probably figured I wasn't worth pestering anymore because they couldn't keep their eyes open. But anyway, if I don't get to your comment, that's what's going on. All right, Stacy says I got a 10 pack of clover hooks on Amazon for $40 a few days ago. Cool. Um, yeah, and I hope you guys saw my review. Do I have the hook in here? Do I have it? Do I have it? I did a review recently, this past week, on the new Susan Bates twist and lock. And what's funny is someone said, oh, you're not pushing down, you got to twist and lock in the video in the comment section, and I appreciated her help. But what I was trying to explain to her that it's just it was kind of hard. I'm pushing down, it's just not twisting and locking. So um, anyway, I'm giving myself away here, but I do have a full review on this hook. I have been using it a lot. It does feel good. But if you want the complete lowdown on this, check out my video that I did this past week. It's available now. I think I released it on Tuesday. I'm kind of stuck using this hook for a while because I have to tell you a funny story. And Hannah, you're gonna laugh at me. I had my other hook sticking out, my regular Susan Bates soft hook that I absolutely love, sticking out of this, and I went out to the garage, and there's a platform that's built over the brick steps that we had to have for the lift that was installed. And so what happened is that hook, of course, the only one that I have in South Carolina right now, flung out of the bag, hit the wall, and went down between the wall and the platform that was built up over the steps. In other words, this hook, I know exactly where it is. It's totally unreachable unless I could crawl into a space that big and crawl up under to go look for it, which I'm not gonna do. I can't do. I'm too big, especially after Thanksgiving. So anyway, I thought you would enjoy that. So I lost my hook, so I felt like singing that song again about losing your crochet hook. So anyway, I should sing that song for you guys again, but I don't have my guitar here. But I'm glad you found your hooks on sale, Stacy. That sounds like a really good deal. And that's 10 hooks. That's pretty good. And let's see. We have Norma in the chat. She says, good morning. late in joining today, where normally you are welcome. I am late getting to your comments, so we're even. Um, oh, I'm sorry about your friend, Kelly. We have a friend too who is, like I shared last week, who was battling. I think she's in the last battle of her life with cancer, but I will try to remember to pray for your friend as well when I pray for my friend Kelly. Um, all right. Yeah, Terry said, yeah, I've seen these baskets on Amazon, these baskets here, and not cheap. No, they're not. Um, I need to look them up and see how much they are, but they are usually over $40. Just for those of you who are curious about how expensive is expensive. It's one of those things. It's an investment, but I love every one of mine. Um, and Hannah says lots of love goes into making those baskets. Same with making scarves, blankets, and yeah, it certainly, yeah. But I understand. I mean, they're definitely not cheap. Uh, Thank you, Anne Blacklock, for your comment. And Denise says having an extra skein helps develop a stash. Oh yeah. What's nice about these though is I can use these for hats and scarves and all sorts of things. And I've developed entire patterns, block patterns that you put together out of yarn that I just had left over in my stash. Yeah, and Terry says about to Hannah, he says you're correct. Been buying them for years. Yeah, given how much time it takes to make anything, I've made things for people, family, friends, and they they didn't appreciate the time and effort. Yes, buy for them. LOL. Absolutely, Terry. If they can't appreciate the work of your hands, I would just get them something from Walmart and not worry about it. Oh boy, kidding, but you know what I mean. And Frida, welcome to our chat. She says, "Hi, I have a." Okay, I already read that. Okay, have a lot of pure wool. Okay, yeah, we've talked about that. Okay, I read it from Hannah's comments, and I've read it in the chat. So, um, yeah, Terry says, I just buy gifts now. You guys would be shocked to know that I generally don't give people crochet anything anymore in my immediate family because I think they're pretty suffocated by it. I don't think anybody wants anything. And if there's something that I'm making that they like, I just give it to them. I don't Christmas gift that anymore because after so many years, it's like you can't really make anything else for them. But that's okay because I got lots of friends who do like it. Da, 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 da. I may be close to the end here. Let's see. I'm probably not going to get to everything. Yeah, Denise says Crystal at Bago Day. I couldn't think of her channel. Yeah, she is. She has a lot of dresses. You're right, and lots of tutorials. She seems like a very nice gal. I like. She seems very down to earth. I would like to meet her some point, but haven't yet. Um, but yeah, I think she does have a lot of nice things there. Again, I don't I just can't endorse everything about everybody on these channels. So I just thanks for understanding that. Um, Unless I know them personally, like I do have friends that I've introduced you to, and I can say I love these guys, and I want you to meet them. And yes, thank you, Hannah. Yes, this community is very kind. You guys are the best. I was trying to explain it to some ladies at church, at the church dinner, and just say, yeah, you guys are fantastic. I just said you know how to be kind, and that's why I love this time so much. And we have our treasured home. Hey, greeting, Hannah. Thank you for being there. Our treasured home, and oh well, and Najla says she's without a pattern. I'm doing a sweater only by using yours. I guess just using the video. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Um, and Swati says, I did see the twist and lock video and might ask for those for Christmas. Yeah, I do like it, Swati. It's one of those things. I talk about it in the video. I don't want to give it all away, but it's kind of like I'm on the fence about it. I wanted to try it. I was going to buy this thing no matter what, and I did buy it. It was not given to me to endorse. The video on it is not a sales job. I promise you. It's this is my opinion, and I state that I spent good money on this, and I'm glad I did. it is a good substitute, and I think it is good to switch back and forth. But spoiler alert, in the video I just expressed to Susan Bates Companies, why couldn't you make it prettier? Why couldn't you? I mean, gray, really? Gray? I mean, couldn't you um, just make it look more elegant? And that's my biggest beef about it. I mean, I love the hooks, and they work better than I thought they would for my hand. I just, it's like, couldn't you make it prettier? That's my biggest fuss. And yeah. Um, okay. I think I missed something there, Denise, but forgive me. Um, and Terry says, what about a grabber that has a magnetic tip? Hmm. Oh, to get my crochet hook. I'll see if my mother-in-law has one. I have one of those in Maryland, but I don't have one here. I may have to try that, but uh, it was just so frustrating because I was out the door to meet some ladies for just to sit and chat and crochet, and the one hook that I brought to use went boom and just went out and in and disappeared forever. So I had to walk back in and grab the twist and lock, which, like I said, it's doable. It works fine. But anyway, um, Wanda Gordon says sounds like something I would do. And that's one thing I forgot to say in the video. I meant to say this. The one advantage of this thing, you can't lose it even if you tried. I mean, I can't even stuff this into the couch. It's too fat and bulky. So that's the one good thing about it is you're not going to lose this. I mean, unless you fling it like I did yesterday. But this is harder to lose. And the other thing I should have said, I didn't say in the video, is this little thing at the end right here is a cutter and it has a razor blade. And I would probably take it out and not crochet with it all the time because there's always a chance that the string is going to can brush up against this. And if a strand of your yarn brushes up against this, it's going to cut it. So, you probably don't want to, I don't know, I probably am going to take this out as I use my hook regularly because I really don't need it. And I prefer to use a pair of scissors anyway. So, but anyway. And let's see. Family of Disney lovers says, get yourself an extension mirror like like mechanics use. Some duct tape. There's an idea. Roll some duct tape. I might do this. I might do this. Thank you. Roll some duct tape sticky side out. Use the mirror to find it and then turn it and use the sticky tape to attach to your hook. Thank you. I may do that today, family of Disney lovers. I may have to do that as soon as I'm done. And I'll see if I can get it. And I will give you a full report next week if I was successful. And Tracy says, oh my goodness, I've done something similar to that, but with the coveted ball belonging to my sweet dog. She knows it's there, but can't get it. Breaks her heart. Oh no, that's awful. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get the duct tape, and I'm gonna try to get that. Um, yeah. And family of Disney lovers says put the tape on the back side of the mirror. I think I may be able to do that. I know where it is. I probably don't even need the mirror. I just need to get it down. And the other thing is it's really dusty and dirty down there because it's a place where you can't clean and it's outside in the garage and so I have to be careful. And Denise says Crystal's a very clear, good teacher, very easy to understand. Yeah, she is a good communicator. That's good. And she's got a a prospering channel. So I know she's very good. All right. And Dawn wants to know how is the weather in Maryland? I'd have to ask Hannah, but it's about 20 degrees colder than I'm in South Carolina now, and the weather's great. Actually, it was cool this morning. It's going to be in the upper 60s today. The sun is shining. Sky is blue. I think it's a little chillier in Maryland. It's probably in the 40s, I'm guessing, right, Hannah? Low 40s last time I checked my phone app. Yes, Terry, thank you. Hannah is a great moderator. Thank you, Hannah. And And Kelly says, I've been looking around for newborn baby dresses to crochet and can't find it. You may want to check out Crystal's channel then, Kelly. Oh, and Hannah says the weather is 46 degrees in Maryland. Heat wave. um, and Ann says, yep, not lost forever. Just take recovery planning. Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna have to let my girl go. It's 1:05, and I do like to end within an hour. But I want to read something encouraging to you before I go. And you guys know I love Christmas carols. We started the show. If you're just now joining us and you want to hear the melodies of these, or the melodies of this the melody of this song, you can look at the beginning of the video of this live today. But I just want to read the words, and these words so affect me, so I'm going to try to get through without crying, because I just love Christmas carols. From the time I became a Christian, really was in my teenage years, later teenage years. Whenever I see the words to these Christmas carols that I had sung before, but they actually have meaning to me now, I understand them better. They just affect me so. But I wanted to read the words to Hark the Herald Angels Sing. And I am so excited. I get to blast my Christmas music. I get to play my Christmas music for the entire month. So I love doing this. So let's go ahead and read this. The words were written by Charles Wesley many, many years ago, talking 1700s. The music originally by Felix Mendelssohn. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. That's huge. God and sinners reconciled. Joyful, all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With the angelic host proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Christ by highest heaven adored, Christ the everlasting Lord. Late in night behold him come, offspring of the favored one. Veiled in flesh the Godhead see, hail the incarnate deity, pleased as man with men to dwell. Jesus, our Emmanuel. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace. Yeah, he is it, guys. Hail the Son of Righteousness. Light and light to all he brings, risen with healing in his wings. Mild he lays his glory by, born that man no more may die. Born to raise the sons of earth, born to give them second birth. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Oh, I'm sorry, it just affects me so much. It's so full of truth, and just don't want to overlook that as we hear these songs this season. Well, anyway, you guys have a wonderful time. Let me see. Okay, I'm just checking Hannah and make sure she doesn't have anything more for me. But have a fantastic week. And Lord willing, I will be here next Friday for Friday Fun Live. God bless. Bye-bye.